Picture this. You are wrapped in your favorite sweatpants, halfway through a snack binge, when you see your partner's like on a beach pic of a barista who once spelled your name Bryn. Suddenly, your chill turns into a full-blown thriller, featuring you, a magnifying glass, and a suspiciously attractive latte artist. Jealousy, my friend, just crash-landed in your peaceful evening like a raccoon at a picnic. But before you spiral into FBI mode and start decoding emojis like ancient runes, take a deep breath. We are about to turn this green-eyed monster into a manageable house pet. What is jealousy, anyway? When you feel a pang of jealousy, it's not just a flirty twinge, it's a whole cocktail: fear of losing someone, doubt in yourself, and dread that they might find someone new. Psychologists define it as a complex blend of anger, insecurity, and rejection, wrapped in the fear of being replaced. Attachment theory comes into play here. If your relationship style is anxious or avoidant, you're far more likely to experience intense jealousy. And the modern twist: social media. With every like, heart, or innocuous comment, the jealousy meter ticks a little higher, especially among younger generations. That said, jealousy is not always poison. It can act like a warning light. Hey, check in. Does everything feel solid? Evolutionarily speaking, it has kept relationships intact over millennia. But in the digital age, those red alerts can go off way too often, and for reasons that aren't worth interrogating. Why do we feel jealous? At the core of jealousy lies insecurity. Am I enough? If past breakups left ghost scars, your brain may default to expecting the worst. This gnawing sense that you don't measure up often emerges during relationship transitions, moving in together, meeting new friends, or facing one partner reaching out to an ex. Attachment style is another strong predictor. People with anxious attachment are always scanning for signs of abandonment, while avoidant types may retreat emotionally but still feel that familiar sting under the surface. And here's the modern kicker: social media acts like a jealousy amplifier. One Pew study found that 23% of partnered adults felt jealous or insecure because of their partner's social media activity, while among 18 to 29-year-olds, that number jumps to 34%. So it's not just you, it's also the smartphone in your lap. The jealousy wheel. Ever notice how jealousy starts as a tiny twinge, like a spicy jalapeno on your emotional taco, and before you know it, you are crying in the bathroom, decoding emojis like you're starring in your own Netflix thriller? It often begins with something small. Your partner posts a snap with someone mildly attractive, and suddenly, you're spiraling from "aw, cute" to "is that their soulmate?" Faster than you can say "who's that in the background?" That twist in your gut? That's emotion gearing up for a joyride. Next stop, Snoopville. You go Sherlock on their phone, interrogate with the subtlety of a TSA agent, or give them the cold shoulder like you are auditioning for a soap opera. Sometimes, it ends in sweet reassurance and cuddles. Other times, it escalates into a verbal WWE match. And if it keeps looping without insight, resentment starts breeding like fruit flies, fast, annoying, and hard to ignore. At its worst, unchecked jealousy turns into pathological suspicion, where reality gets blurry and every text feels like a betrayal. Most of the time, we're reacting to a story in our heads, not actual facts. So before diving headfirst into emotional espionage, ask yourself, is this my intuition or just indigestion mixed with anxiety and imagination? Is jealousy ever healthy? Yes, it actually can be. A slight pang of jealousy can signal investment. It can spark productive conversations about boundaries, closeness, and expectations. Some research even finds that reactive jealousy, expressed constructively, is linked to greater relationship satisfaction and longevity. But, and this is key, there's a line. Healthy jealousy whispers, "I miss your attention." Toxic jealousy demands, "Stop breathing" within a 50-mile radius. The difference lies in control. The former invites conversation, the latter screams accusations and surveillance. The smart playbook to overcome jealousy. Overcoming jealousy doesn't require burning sage or throwing your partner's phone into a volcano. It starts with naming it. Say, "I'm feeling jealous" out loud, and poof, You've already deactivated 50% of its drama power, like saying Voldemort's name with confidence. Then play emotional detective. Are you triggered because they liked a selfie? Or because your ex ghosted you after a brunch date in 2016? Self-soothe like you're the CEO of chill. Cuddle your pet, binge a comfort show, or scream into a pillow embroidered with "I am enough." When it's time to talk, channel your inner therapist, not your inner prosecutor. "I felt off" works better than "explain this treachery, scoundrel." Next, build healthy boundaries. No shady DMs, no ex-liking marathons, and definitely no late-night nostalgia scrolls. Reframe your thoughts like a sassy Instagram caption. "They chose me, the deluxe edition." When spirals hit, bring in CBT, aka Brain Boot Camp for your overthinking. Stay grounded with mindfulness. And don't go full detective. Vent to a friend who'll say, "Girl, you are not alone," not "let's GPS him." Finally, if your jealousy's showing up more than your Amazon packages, it's time for therapy, because your mental health deserves a happy ending, not a crime series. Real-life jazzy case study. Meet Lily and Carlos. Lily used to get jittery when Carlos liked someone's IG story. Thoughts like, "Who's she?" became her default setting. She would scoop through replies and send long texts at midnight asking for explanations. The turning point came when Lily realized her gut panic mirrored how abandoned she felt as a child when loved ones drifted away. She began journaling nightly and using breathing exercises when she felt the spiral. Carlos responded by sending reassuring messages during workdays and sharing fun updates to keep her in the loop. They also set a boundary: no lurking on each other's phones. It was not about secrecy, it was about respect and trust building. Over time, Lily attended CBT sessions and joined a small support group. Now she can laugh at her earlier meltdown over a harmless like, "If IG can trigger me, I need therapy," not Carlos blocking burlettes. Their relationship, it's deeper, warmer, and more secure, but also sprinkled with humor. They once joked that her old jealous self was a superhero, the green-eyed Avenger who's now retired. When jealousy turns toxic. When jealousy starts dressing up as a full-time job, like checking your partner's phone with the intensity of a CIA agent or throwing tantrums because they smiled at the barista, it's time to pump the brakes. If phrases like "I don't like your friends" become your weekend anthem and emotional outbursts show up more often than your Amazon driver, congrats, you have entered the toxic zone. And if you have ever accused someone of cheating because they liked a dog photo, welcome to Othello syndrome. Shakespearean drama, 21st century edition. Verbal jabs like "you are worthless" may sound like reality TV spice, but they bruise deeper than bad reality ratings. These are not cute quirks, they're red flags doing the Macarena on your relationship. If this feels familiar, don't Google how to fix them, Google a therapist. Stat. Prevention is the best medicine. Preventing jealousy is like brushing your teeth. It's not sexy, but skip it and things get funky fast. Building secure attachment isn't rocket science. It's replying to their "good morning" text before noon and remembering they hate pickles, not ignoring them till jealousy mutates. Weekly check-ins are your emotional oil change. 15 minutes of "how are we doing" beats a 2-hour fight about someone's coworker named Blake. Keeping your own hobbies means you won't lose your identity or accidentally join your partner's Dungeons and Dragons group out of boredom. When they win, celebrate like they just cured world hunger, even if it's just getting 3K steps in. It rewires your brain from "they are leaving me" to "we're both thriving" and possibly dancing in confetti. The humorous grounding moment. When jealousy shows up like an uninvited guest at your emotional dinner party, don't hand it the mic, hand it a squirrel in shades and a Hawaiian shirt instead. That's right, close your eyes, breathe, and picture that tiny squirrel sipping a coconut smoothie like it's nobody's business. Suddenly, your brain trades chaos for comedy. Now, instead of launching a dramatic monologue titled "Who is Brunch Girl?", you text something sweet and semi-sassy like, "Hey babe, that omelet selfie had my inner gremlin twitching, can we cuddle it out?" Boom, no fight, just fries, affection, and maybe even a Netflix cuddle. Humor, the emotional duct tape you didn't know you needed. If this helps you tame your inner green-eyed monster, give that like button a little love. It deserves it after surviving all the drama. Don't forget to subscribe for more laughs, insights, and relationship real talk that won't ghost you.